Welcome to my channel. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt that the road you are walking in life is not really your own? Have you ever thought, maybe I should take a different path, even if it feels scary? Today, I want to tell you a story of the day I decided to walk a different path. Stay with me until the end, because you might discover that this story is not only about me, it could also be about you. Chapter 1. The road everyone expected me to walk. When I was young, people around me believed they already knew what my life should look like. My parents, my teachers, even my friends, everyone thought they understood the road that I should walk. Maybe you also feel this sometimes. People expect you to follow a certain path. They say, study hard, get good grades, find a safe job, don't take risks. At first, I believed them. It felt easier to just follow what everyone else was doing. When you walk on the road that is already made, you don't have to think much. You just follow the crowd. But deep inside, I sometimes ask myself, is this really my road? Or is it someone else's dream that I am living? The truth is, many people walk this road without thinking. They go to school because everyone else does. They choose jobs because everyone else chooses them. They even give up on dreams because someone told them the dream is not possible. When I was walking that road, I felt safe on the outside, but empty on the inside. It is like sitting in a bus that is moving fast, but you don't know where it is going. You don't feel in control. You are just a passenger. And when you are a passenger in your own life, you start to feel lost. Maybe you feel the same in your English journey. Maybe you go to class because your teacher tells you. Maybe you memorize grammar because your book tells you. Maybe you copy sentences because everyone says, this is the right way. But deep inside, you may feel, I am not really learning. I am just following the road that someone else made for me. This is why so many students lose motivation. They are walking a road that is not really theirs. At that time in my life, I did not yet know what I wanted. But I knew one thing. The road I was on was not mine. And that feeling, that little seed of doubt, was the beginning of change. I did not yet decide to walk a new path. But I started to notice that something was wrong. I started to notice that maybe there was another way. And that small thought, that small question was enough to make me restless. I could no longer just follow the crowd quietly. Something inside me had begun to wake up. Chapter 2. The Moment of Realization. One day, something happened that changed the way I looked at my life. It was not a big event. It was not a loud moment. It was small, almost quiet, but it stayed with me forever. I was walking home from school, tired, carrying the same books, thinking the same thoughts. Suddenly, I saw a man painting a wall near the road. He was not rich. He was not famous. But there was something different about him. He was smiling. His clothes were dirty with paint, but his eyes were bright. He looked free. And I thought to myself, why does this man, who has so little, look happier than me? Why do I, who have so much education, feel empty? That night, I could not sleep. The question kept repeating in my head. I asked myself, what do I really want? What is the path I want to walk? I realized that I had never truly asked myself that question before. I always asked, what do others want me to do? But never, what do I want to do? And that was the moment of realization. It was simple but powerful. I understood that if I continued walking the road that others built, I would never find my own happiness. It is the same with learning English. Many students ask, what is the best book? What is the best app? What is the best class? But the real question should be, what is the way that works for me? Maybe you enjoy reading stories. Maybe you enjoy listening to songs. Maybe you like speaking with friends online. If you only follow what everyone says without listening to yourself, you will feel bored, tired, and empty. But the moment you realize that you can choose your own way, that is the beginning of true learning. That night, I promised myself something small. I said, tomorrow, I will not just follow the road. Tomorrow, I will try to listen to my own voice. It was not yet a big decision, but it was a spark. And sometimes, a spark is all you need to begin a fire that can change your life. Chapter 3. Taking the First Step. The next morning, I woke up with a strange feeling inside me. It was not fear, but it was not comfort either. It was something in between. Maybe it was courage. I looked at my daily routine, the same books, the same plans, the same direction that I had been walking for years. And then I asked myself, if I keep doing the same thing every day, how will my life change? If nothing changes, then nothing changes. That thought pushed me to try something new. So, I decided to take one small step. I remember it clearly. I went to the library, and instead of taking the books that were on my school list, I walked to another section. I picked up a book that I wanted to read, not one that was told to me by a teacher. The book was simple, the words were easy, but I read it with joy. For the first time, I was reading because I wanted to, not because I had to. That was my first step on a different path. It might sound small, but every big journey starts with a small step. Many English learners also feel this. They say, I cannot speak fluently. I cannot understand movies. I cannot write well. But the truth is, you don't need to do everything at once. You just need to take the first step. Maybe today you learn 5 new words. Maybe today you read 1 page of a book. Maybe today you say 1 English sentence to yourself. These steps look small, but when you keep walking, they lead you to a new road. That day, after finishing a few chapters of the book, I felt something different inside. It was like a door opened. I felt a little lighter, a little happier. I realized that change does not happen all at once. Change begins with a choice, and then a step. And once you take that first step, the next one becomes easier. That was the day I told myself, if I can choose one small thing for myself, then maybe I can choose bigger things too. It was not the end of my journey, it was only the beginning. But beginnings are powerful, and that first step gave me the strength to keep moving forward. Chapter 4. The Challenges on the Road. When I started walking a different path, I thought everything would suddenly become easy. But the truth is, life doesn't work like that. Every new path has stones, has walls, has problems that try to stop you. And very soon, I faced them too. My friends laughed at me. They said, "Why are you wasting your time with these books? Why don't you just do what everyone else is doing?" Some of them even told me that I would fail. Their words hurt me, and for a moment, I almost believed them. But then I remembered my first step. I remembered how free I felt when I chose something for myself. I told myself, if I stop now, then I will go back to the same old road, and I know that road will never change me. So I decided to keep walking, even if the path was not smooth. The second challenge was inside me. It was my own doubt. Many times, when I tried to read or write or practice something new, my mind whispered, "You are not good enough. You will never be like the others." These voices were stronger than the voices of my friends, because they came from my own heart. But I learned something very important. You cannot stop the voices, but you can choose not to listen to them. I chose to listen to the voice that said, "Keep going." This is the same for English learners. When you start learning, many people may not believe in you. They may laugh when you speak with mistakes. And inside your mind, you may feel shy, nervous, or even afraid. But remember this: mistakes are not the end of the road, they are part of the road. Every mistake is a step forward. Every wrong word is proof that you are learning. If you never try, you never grow. Yes, the road was difficult. Yes, there were challenges. But each time I refused to give up, I grew stronger. And I realized something important: challenges are not there to stop us. Challenges are there to test us, to see how much we want our dream. And if we keep walking, step by step, the road slowly becomes easier. Chapter 5: The Small Victories That Changed Everything. One thing I discovered on this new path was that big success does not come in one day. It does not come in 1 month. It comes slowly, step by step, through small victories. At first, I didn't notice them. I was so focused on my mistakes, so worried about failing, that I forgot to celebrate the little wins. But then, one day, I realized something. I was not the same person I was when I started. For example, the first time I spoke in English without stopping to think about every single word, I felt a spark inside me. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. That was a victory. The first time I finished reading a book in English, even if it took me weeks, I knew I had crossed a line I could never uncross. That was another victory. The first time I understood a song or a movie without subtitles, I smiled for hours. It was small, but it was powerful. These small victories gave me strength to continue. Every step, every little success was like fuel for my journey. And the more I noticed them, the more motivated I became. I stopped waiting for one big miracle. And instead, I started celebrating the small miracles that were happening every single day. This is something I want every English learner to understand. Do not wait until you are perfect to feel proud. Be proud today. Be proud when you learn a new word. Be proud when you understand a sentence. Be proud when you have the courage to speak, even with mistakes. Each of these moments is proof that you are moving forward. On the road I had chosen, these small victories slowly changed everything. They made me stronger. They made me confident. They reminded me that the path was worth walking. And most of all, they showed me that change is not one big event. Change is 1,000 small steps. So, I kept walking, and with every small victory, I felt the path becoming brighter. I could finally see where it was leading me to a life I had never imagined before. Chapter 6: A New Life on the Other Side of Fear. As I walked further on this different path, something unexpected happened. One day, I looked back and realized how far I had come. The person I used to be, the one who was afraid, the one who doubted, the one who stayed silent, was no longer the same person standing here today. I had changed. My life had changed. And it all started with one decision. The decision to walk a different path. This new life was not perfect. I still made mistakes. I still faced challenges. But now, those mistakes did not stop me. Those challenges did not scare me. Because I had learned something powerful. I was stronger than I thought. Every fear I faced, every step I took, every word I spoke in English made me more confident, more free, and more alive. The biggest surprise was how other people started to notice. Friends who once doubted me now asked me, "How did you do it?" People who never believed in me now looked at me differently. But the truth is, it wasn't about them. It was about me. For the first time, I believed in myself. For the first time, I knew I could build the life I wanted, not the life others expected me to live. This is what I want to share with you today. Maybe you are standing at the same crossroad I once faced. Maybe you are wondering if you should take a different path. My answer is simple. Yes, take it, even if it is scary, even if no one understands. Because on the other side of fear is freedom. On the other side of doubt is strength. And on the other side of that path is the person you were always meant to become. So here I am, walking a new path, living a new life, and speaking with a new voice. And I can tell you this, it is worth it. Every step is worth it, and you can do it too. If this story inspired you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a like, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me what is the different path you want to take in your life. I'd love to read your stories. Let's keep learning, growing, and walking forward together.